Hey y'all, hey. A real is back on the mic. I know, y'all missed me. Where I've been. We'll discuss all of that. Honestly, I'm happy to be back. I was a little nervous because I knew coming back into the podcast, because little refreshing. For y'all that haven't been here, welcome. And for y'all that have been here riding with me for the last couple months, for the ones that have been riding since season 1, thank you. I appreciate you. We at season 3 now. So I knew that I have been doing the podcast for a very long time. I did my good long stretch. I went on my break in September, like we do. We go through the rest of the year. Blase. Your girl turned 21, had a great time. I enjoyed 21, y'all. Well, I am 21 now, but I enjoyed my 21st birthday. My birthday was December 21st. So I was really in the mindset of getting all these episodes out the way with. Also planning for season 3, how I wanted this rollout to go, and all the new changes, and then also just wanting more for myself in this new year. So, consistency is key, but you also got to put yourself first. So when December ended and January came upon us, that is my month where I am not recording no episodes. That is strictly Ayana time. I was in the process of trying to find me a new job because sometimes I need a new identity shift. I need to, she's outgrowing who I am already. So I was like, okay, I need to go get me a new job. I need to go do something a little bit harder in life, go find me something else I'm liking, some structure. That's what I went to go do. And it was hard trying to work on outside life and then also dealing with the podcast as well and trying to figure out how I wanted season 3 to go and all the new changes and the upgrades, because baby, this is season 3. I don't know how else to better explain it to y'all. So for this big rollout, I knew that, because sometimes rollouts, they be looking small, but the work is behind the scenes, the work that you done did and the work that y'all gonna see this year. But in my head in January, I was focused on so many other things that I couldn't even take a compliment. I'm not gonna lie. When I tell you I had to take a break, I was supposed to come back February 6th. The first Monday of February was supposed to be my first day back posting. Y'all supposed to get an episode, and I played. I'm sorry, but January wasn't enough for me. I didn't disappear, but I did recalibrate and figure out what I wanted to do, get my life together a little bit. Like I said, a girl was burnt out, and I think, like I said in past episodes, you have to practice what you preach, baby. And I knew with me being burnt out, me continuing to do more things wasn't going to magically make the burnout and overwhelming feeling happen. I felt so disconnected to myself. Like I said, I couldn't even take a compliment. I felt like I was wondering if this was even for me. I'm not gonna lie, but I knew it was. But I feel like sometimes I just needed a reminder from God that this is what you called me to do. So, like I said, y'all, I couldn't even take a compliment. A girl, they was. I was like, I don't know. I can't even explain to y'all what I was saying, but they was just talking, and I'm just like, baby, I ain't got nothing for you. This is it. I ain't gonna lie, but the pressure to come back was different. The pressure to have it all in January already is a lot, especially because they're saying it's New Year's resolutions. Everybody's supposed to have their things that they're going right, and then a day happens, the clock strikes 12, and all of a sudden everybody's supposed to have their life together. But I think it is a mindset, is identity change that can happen at any moment. It doesn't have to do anything about a day or a New Year's resolution. You can change whatever you want to anytime you can, babe. Please change it. Don't wait until January to change nothing, or don't wait till New Year's, baby. The pressure to grow and build and still be human was a lot on me. So I took January for myself, which I think everybody should do, because my New Year's resolutions kind of started in February. The pressure isn't bad. It just showed me that I was outgrowing something that no longer served your girl, and that's okay. But I didn't even know what she looked like. That was my more scary part. So I think the main thing, if you are feeling lost, try to figure out, change your routine. Try to take a different route to work. add something else in your schedule. I know that with everything going on, this was like on my heart very heavy. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna bring my journal out because like that's like, it's just like TMI. Like, y'all don't need to be in my business. But I just feel like I can't explain this to y'all and explain what I done went throughout this month without this just being here with me. So if y'all see it, y'all see it. Just know it's here. And she's, okay, period. Now, like I said, take a leap of faith, do something different. Don't quit because you feel like you fell off, because I feel like sometimes, this is where I'm going with it. Hold on. Sometimes God is working with us, or whoever you believe in, God is working with us, even though when we can't see it, right? Right? We know this. But for me, sometimes, while we're in the thick of it, while we're going through it, we're trying to depend on ourselves to handle and just make everything shake, and to be able to come up with a whole new life, a whole new identity for ourselves, to make a whole 360 change in the things that we want. I feel like sometimes, I know for me, I was relying a lot on myself to try to make these things happen, when in reality, like, I didn't need to rely on me. I could fully rely on God and the universe to be able to take care of the things that need to be taken care of. I put myself first so that way I can come back aligned. So if you was asking and wondering where I was, that's where the queen was at. But it just means that I had to choose myself again. And season 3 is steady. It's intentional. We are giving y'all a little bit more raw, uncut Ayana. Because, baby, I don't be wanting to, do anything bad, because, the kids watching at the end of the day. The kids is watching y'all, whether y'all think they is or not. So you got to be very intentional about what we're doing, and I'm going to give that to y'all. But, your girl got to live a little. That's how it makes it fun for me. So really here, we just getting started. What I wanted to let you guys know is that consistency is key. Consistency isn't perfection, though. And I had this thing of feeling like, I felt like I had to perform, or I had to be somebody else to be able to like get a message across. But I feel like in reality, like, I can be exactly who I am and that message get across. In reality, I lost sight in the journey and like where I was, and thinking that I could do this like all on my own. Because I'm still, we're retraining our thinking, okay? In real time, literally. But I had to rechange my judgment, so that way I knew that I wasn't just doing this all on my own. Like, everything cannot be done on my own. That's why I was burnt out. Because when you are trying to work to get a new job, when you're trying to accomplish goals, set new goals for yourself, become a new person, and then also reflect on the things that you are doing now, that's just a lot to take on as one person. And that's why I be telling y'all, give it a God. 2026, let's just give it a God, But I realized this for myself, and I had to start asking myself, is the things that I'm doing pulling me away from God? And if it is, then the devil is trying to basically pull you closer to him. If you let him. Okay? You see me back in my journaling bag, baby. Ain't nobody coming to get me, okay? I just was nervous. And then it's so much also, like, let's not even, like, skip past everything that's going on, like, in social media and in the world with technology and just how fast everything is going. I just had to realize that, like, those things work, but, baby, my God work higher. And I feel like a lot of things were, like, taking a toll on me and just my thought process. And I just wasn't able to fully produce. With that being said, I don't know when or how things are going to happen, because we all have dreams, we all have aspirations that we want in life, but sometimes we don't know when those things are going to happen. And I feel like I was in my own head trying to make those things happen for me, and they're going to happen, but you don't know when. So for me, I feel like it is so very important that we understand that you have time. January is not your New Year's resolution. You can change your lifestyle and your mindset and your intentions every day. And it's up to you. But God is planning something. The universe has something for you already going on, baby, behind closed doors. Sometimes in seasons where we are put into somewhere new, because for me, I felt like I'm walking, I'm changing, I'm shifting, everything's happening, everything felt so uncomfortable that we start reverting back to old ways of thinking or old habits and just trying to make them work in the new life that we have. But this is a new season. This is a new season. You got to do something else. I was living my life, but I was living my life in a new season, trying to take on old ways just because I felt so uncomfortable on what I was walking into or what I was dealing with at the time. Now, I felt very uncomfortable about what God was doing in my life. So for me, January didn't go as planned, but February will be a beautiful month for me, and so will the rest of the year. And sometimes it takes you to have to sit down and ground yourself. And I know we say consistency is key, but if it's worth me not being able to come onto the camera or come onto my platform and give it my all and be my full authentic self and feel like myself and give y'all my all, baby, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. My friend had asked me a question, and he was like, Ayana, do you feel like you had more fun in season 1 or in season 3 that you're planning now? Thinking about it now, I feel like I had more fun in season 2. I definitely had more fun in season 2, but I feel like season 1 was more intentional. Like, it was coming straight from my journal. Y'all was getting my heart, my soul. This is from the heart. This is from the soul. This is from the streets. I'm not from the streets. I get that money. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was just real raw, uncut. Like, I was getting in my bed, like Mike from Target, babe. I wasn't playing no games. And I'm still not playing no games. Season 2 was all about me and my guests and like making sure that I was curating an audience and a community and friends. Oh my God. When I tell you all I prayed for, I realized when I went back through my journal and I looked, and a lot of things that I prayed for were genuinely me building a community and meeting people and building friendships from the podcast. That's exactly what I did. I met so many people and carried so many friendships and like opportunities on after that. So I appreciate that. Season 3 though, coming for y'all neck. Okay? Season 3 is all about consistency. It's all about doing some other things outside of the box. I want to give y'all a little bit more of me and what I do and how I live my life. So I had to change my routine. I had to find me things that fit into the new version of me that I wanted to become, because I'm always going to be literally her, but the versions of you change. You get what I'm saying? And you always just have to always uphold the best version of yourself in that lifetime or in that version of yourself that you be in at that day, that moment, that time. So consistency beats talent every time, as we know, but motivation always comes and goes. Discipline does not equal alignment. Take that. Write y'all notes. Write that on y'all sticky notes and put it on y'all mirrors, because it's the truth. And I think building anything real does take time. It comes with like messy starts, late starts, being scared to start, not always having things fully correct, launches that don't always land. But I think it always just takes one brave move, one brave change, one mental change is what we're talking about to break that loop. And for me, it was getting a job. For some people, it could be getting a new job and start going to the gym and just creating a new routine for themselves. So I had to practice what I preached before I got back on the mic, because, I just had to. I had to. So with that being said, I felt like God forgot about me, though. I felt like I was working. I was burnt out. I felt like I was doing all this and I wasn't seeing like what I needed to. And baby, low engagement never scared me. Let's let that be known. Low engagement never scared me. I talk to myself. I'm the only one in here. Before this, I've been talking to myself. So it never scared me, but it made me feel like, okay, I already wanted a break and maybe I can take a little bit longer of a break. But I always was getting people saying things, saying, hey, Yana, like, I'm loving the podcast. I watch episodes like all the time. Like every time I go out, I always hear something. Someone always sends me something. I'm just so grateful, basically. And I'm humble for getting everything that I wanted, everything that I prayed for in my journal. So what I want you guys to take away from this, because more of the story, what I came to realize today when I was journaling, is that I was nervous about, like I said, God forgetting about me or him not working with me on what I was doing. It made me question, like, damn, is this really what I'm called to do? Everything else was aligning. Everything else was coming to me. But I felt like I wasn't even able to hear it, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I had to also realize that same thing is like if you get on a plane. I went to Vegas. Sometimes when you get off the plane, they just got you waiting, and that doesn't mean that, like, you're not going to get off the plane. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have your time. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get to your destination. But that just means we have other things we have another blueprint. We have other things that's being worked on behind the scenes before I can have you come up here. And I just need you to be patient and pause. And sometimes being paused does not mean that he isn't working with you. That doesn't mean that he isn't thinking about you. That doesn't mean that your dreams don't matter. That doesn't mean that they're not coming true. It just means that you have to be patient. We all fall off. We all don't always be on our same routines like we always do. Like, I used to go to the gym, go on my walks. Now, granted, it's cold. I'm in VB. It's snowing. But, you go to the gym, you go on your walks, you journal, you listen to Sarah Jakes. You have your routines that you do. And sometimes we fall off. And sometimes it's not always in a bad thing. And honestly, sometimes I be needing my fall offs. Like, sometimes you just need to, like, take a break. You need to do something different. But your time is coming. We have our routines that we stick to. Sometimes we need a change of routines. And that doesn't mean that you're not next or things isn't happening for you behind the scenes. Baby, things are happening for you. And we need these things to happen, and we need to have that blueprint already laid out so that way when it gets to us, it's a clear blueprint, it's a clear map of how things are going to go. So I have a lot of things that I have in store for y'all in 2026. I'm glad that I'm back on the mic. If y'all have anything that y'all want me to talk about in season 3, any ideas, because baby girl, I have a lot of good guests this season, but we also started a Patreon. So we getting real raw, uncut, stuff that we can't do on here. We're going to go do elsewhere. Okay. But love you down, YouTube. I will keep y'all posted. Season 3 is going to be a really good season. If y'all have anything that y'all want to talk about, or y'all have a conversation and you feel like you don't want to come sit on the podcast couch just yet, but you have a topic that you want my opinion on, you want my help on, and we're going to do different little segments so that way y'all can come up here, leave us a note, give us some anonymous stuff, and it's all anonymous too. So y'all can tell us what's tea, and we'll be able to have those conversations on the podcast for you. But I hope that y'all enjoyed this episode. This was for the heart, from the soul, from the streets. I'm that bitch from the streets. Anyways, but season 3 is going to be a good season, and I'm happy to be here with y'all. For y'all that don't know, since I forgot to say it, we just got right into it. My name is Ayana Mariah. Y'all can find me on the Literally Her Podcast page. Literally Her Podcast on all platforms, the Literally Her Podcast, because I'm literally that girl, period. Thank ya. But y'all have a great day on purpose, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank ya.